DC to DC converter are control rectifiers. Okay, the function of the control rectifier is to convert the is to control the amount of electric energy to be delivered to the load. Okay, so the the average value of the average value or average value of the output voltage can be controlled by varying the conduction time of a thyristor or a firing angle delay alpha as shown in figure. They are also called as control converters also. Okay, so in the AC to DC converters or a control rectifier, you are using a SCR. Okay, SCR is a controlled device. Okay, so in SCR having the three terminals anode, cathode and gate. Gate is the main function. It controls the output voltage delivered to the load. Okay, so usually in the AC to DC converter along with the input output waveforms are shown in the figure. Okay, so next one, AC to AC converters are AC regulators. An AC regulator is an AC to AC converter, but its output frequency is not variable. It is same as that of the input. The input to an AC regulator is a constant voltage, constant frequency. AC means single array, three phase, and its output is a variable AC voltage. The AC output voltage can be adjusted to any desired value and can be maintained constant. That's why the name AC regulator. AC regulators are used for speed control of fans, blowers and pumps. The block diagram and input output waveform of AC regulators are shown in figure. AC regulator using a device triac. Okay, so here when the triac is on, so that time it taking the conduction. Okay, so that input output waveform you are showing in the form of that one. Okay, so by controlling the firing angle alpha of the triac, we can control the AC output voltage. You are seeing that waveform in the output waveform of a figure. Okay, next one, a DC to DC converter or a chopper. The DC to DC converter is also called as a chopper. A fixed pure DC voltage is applied at the input of this converter and a variable DC voltage is variable DC voltage is obtained at its output. The input AC voltage can be obtained by rectifying and filtering the AC mains voltage or by using a battery. The DC to DC converters are used in SMPS, battery chargers, battery operated electronic vehicles, etc. The average output voltage of chopper can be changed by changing either the duty cycle or a frequency of the output rectangular waveform. The block diagram and the input output waveform of a DC to DC converters are shown in the figure. The circuit diagram of a DC to DC converter is shown in figure. The average output voltage is controlled by varying the conduction time of the transistor and the diode. D is called the duty cycle of the chopper. Okay, next one, that is the DC to AC converter, or simply it is called as a inverter also. AC converter, they produce an alternating AC voltage from a DC voltage. The shape of the inverter output can be a square wave or a quasi square wave or sine wave, etc. Okay. The output of the voltage can be single phase or a three phase. The output voltage and output frequency both can be variable. Special type of inverters called pulse width modulated inverters are used for applications such as UPS, AC motor controllers, etc. The DC input voltage to the inverter can be obtained by rectifying and filtering the AC mains voltage or by using a battery bank. The block diagram and the input waveform of DC to AC converters are shown in the figure. A single phase inverter using a power next one, the power semiconductor device can operate as a switches. Depending on the type of the supply voltage, AC or DC, these switches are called as AC or DC static switches. The term static is used because there are no moving parts associated with these switches. Okay, so next one, the next bit, that is the peripheral effect. The power converters discussed in the previous sections are based mainly on the switching of the power semiconductor devices. The effects of such switching are called as peripheral effects. Some of the peripheral effects are as follows: generation of current and voltage harmonics in the input current and the output voltage respectively, distortion of the output voltage, interference with the communication and signaling circuit. The harmonic levels on the input and output side can be reduced by introducing filters on both sides of the power converter as shown in the figure. So figure shows the generalized power converter system. The input and output parameters of the power system can be either AC or DC. To judge the quality of the waveform on the input and output side, the following factors are measured. So first one, total harmonic distortion, that is the THD, and second one is displacement factor, third one is harmonic factor, fourth one input power factor. These factors can be measured by expressing the input current and output voltage waveform in the Fourier series form. The power converters may generate the electromagnetic waves which can cause a radio frequency interference. The gating circuit may generate the erroneous signal due to the radio frequency interference, such an interference can be avoided by grounded shielding. Okay, so this is about the peripheral effect. So next class we'll going for the next bit. Okay, thank you. Converter, they produce an alternating AC voltage from a DC voltage. The shape of the inverter output can be a square wave or a quasi square wave or sine wave, etc. Okay. The output of the voltage can be single phase or a three phase. The output voltage and output frequency both can be variable.